So this book was a piece of intimacy, because I believe intimacy is so far beyond two people sexual. Intimacy, true intimacy, the fulfilling intimacy is in, to, me, I, see. That's good, you can have that. And so how the law of attraction to me relates to the law of no matter what is that the law of attraction says set your intention. If like attracts like, if you think it, you'll manifest it. Whatever you're thinking about is what's coming up in your life. And all around the world, I would get people saying, Lisa, I've been doing The Secret, I've been thinking and focusing, and nothing's happening. And I go, well, did you get up? Leave the house today? I was just focusing. And I realized, and the more I traveled, the more people that I would run into with this. I watched The Secret 62 times. If you saw me on Oprah, you know, there's a woman on Oprah who was working with her husband. Oh no, they spotlighted her on the after show, I think. I'm not sure. But she was the first person I heard say, I watched The Secret 62 times. And all of a sudden, all around the world I hear 95 times, 172 times, 89 times, 300 times. I'm like, good Lord. What are you guys doing in the middle of the day? You cannot watch it that many times after work. Are you working? Or what are you doing? But whenever someone watched it a lot, they would also say, but it's not working for me. And what I realized is that we spent 91 minutes on the video just to get you in the mindset. There wasn't any time spent on the action. And there shouldn't have been. Because it took 91 minutes for you just to get, you know? Because we want to jump to action so much that's so fast sometimes we haven't gotten the idea really sunk into our hearts. So it was 91 minutes of giving you an idea, a way of thinking, a way of knowing. And so no matter what, really picks up from there. No matter what says, the law of attraction is wonderful and it's great and it's real. But nothing really happens until you add the law of attraction to the law of no matter what. And the law of no matter what says, I'm going to choose an outcome. And then I'm going to remove every other option off the table other than getting that outcome. Because oftentimes we walk through life saying, I wish, right? Oh, I wish I could do that. Right? Have you said that? Yeah, anyone said that? I said it. I want to do that. I really, really want to do it. I really want to do it. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do that. You guys see the thread here? I'm going to try, I want, I wish, and I hope. I hope that can happen. And when you say any of those things, you really still say, I like it. I like the idea, but the outcome, getting the outcome is still actually optional for me. It's still optional. You don't even know that when you say no matter what you've done is you've removed every other option off the table. And you don't use no matter what often. You say it when it's necessary. And when it's necessary, when you say it, everyone goes, well, okay. Like we are going no matter what. I just do that. We are going. We are doing this no matter what. You know it's not negotiable. You know, my son, he's 14. You know, he's an amazing young man. Amazing young man. You know, he bakes cookies in the morning before school, so when he goes, now he's a businessman, he's selling them. He is not giving them to the teachers, right? He figured out if he sells hot cookies, he'll make more money because they love hot cookies, right? But he's also that same kid that on Saturday mornings, he wakes me up with breakfast in bed. He makes California omelets for me. Sometimes they're really scary. But I'm going to eat it. Right? He called me the other day. I'm on an 8-city tour, and I have no idea how it's growing now. It's a 10-city tour. And he called me the other day while I was in Dallas, and he talked to me for 15 minutes and just checked in with me. How you doing, Mom? I said, I'm fine. I said, well, I have to go and do the radio show. Is there anything else you need? He goes, no, Mommy. I just wanted to fill my mom tank up. And he's 14, and he was being interviewed by someone. They said, so how does it feel to have a mother as a celebrity? And he said, celebrity? My mom's not a celebrity, she recycles. I have no idea what recycling is. And then he told the woman who was interviewing me, he goes, I don't know what it feels like to have a celebrity mom. We don't do celebrity at my house. But if you want to know what it feels like to have my mother as my mom, I think I'm one of the luckiest kids in my school because my mom happens to be my best friend. And I looked at him and I said, oh, I'm going to feed you dinner. He was on his own at first. He's 14. He will find something to eat, right? But you know, even in the greatest relationships, things go left sometimes. You know, my son loses his mind sometimes. And I'll say, honey, look behind the couch. And he says, for what? I said, for your mind, because you must have lost it. Why'd you do that? Honey, go look in the closet for your mind. And what I realize is, it's not in expecting everything to go right. It's in bouncing back sooner, quicker, faster. It's not in getting upset when something went wrong. It's bouncing back sooner, quicker, faster. It's not replaying the story 100 times while you're still stuck. If you're going to replay the story from the other side. Don't replay the story while you're still stuck. Yes? That makes sense? It's just about developing your bounce back muscle. I visualized being on the Oprah show for years. And don't judge me when I tell you this story, please. Okay? Because it doesn't make any sense. I'm just telling you that right now. Well, it's not going to make sense. But, you know, everything doesn't have to make sense. I visualized talking to Oprah, and I would do something whenever she turned her head. We'd be sitting on her cream leather couch on stage, right? And every time Oprah turned her head, I would sneak and do something. I would reach out and I'd smell her cream leather couch. It doesn't make any sense, I know. But it was my dream, right? I get the dream when I'm right? And she'd turn her head and I'd sneak and smell her cream leather couch. And when she turned back around, I said, so how's Gail? Dogs. And I don't know why I wanted to know what her cream leather couch smelled like, because I know it's the best leather. It's the best leather. She's going to get the best leather, right? So I want to know, what does her leather smell like? And so when I got called to be on the Oprah show, I kid you not, I was like, yes, yes, I get to meet Oprah, yes, and smell her cream leather couch. I have no idea why this was important to me. I still don't know. It was just, you know, you get fixated on something. It's like you become a dog with a bone, with a bone, right? Wouldn't let it go. So I get to Oprah. And I'm in the green room, and I'm sitting there going, yes, 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 yes. 50% for her, 50% for what? Cream leather couch. And they were very kind, they're very gracious. They were saying, we really love you, you're great in secret, you know, we can really understand you, and you're really down to earth. I'm like, yeah. That leather gonna smell good. I walk out on stage, and what's on stage? Right. No leather couch. 5 stools. Right. I was traumatized. And you know how you have to not show. So I was like, hi. Like, I did not plan for it to happen this way. And she was excited, and I was excited, but I'm curious, and where is it? We sit on stage, have a great time. For those who want to wonder, Oprah is exactly like she is. She's wonderful, and she was consistent. And I left walking off the stage still wondering. I asked the stage manager, where's your prop room? He said, oh, it's down the street around the corner. I'm like, oh! Now, I say that to say, sometimes some of the best things have happened in your life. You've had a great life. But a few things don't happen exactly the way you planned. You know there's a message in this, right? You guys, I'm a teacher, right? You know, I have that story. And here I was on the Oprah show. And a part of me was consumed. Right, doesn't sound silly? Part of me was consumed with the fact that there was no cream leather couch. So I left there saying, that was a great experience. But I really wish I would have smelled that couch. Smell the couch. It starts sounding more ridiculous as I get past it, right? But it was big for me. And then I made the experience not be as wonderful because of one little... So what happens in your life? Sometimes the relationship doesn't end the way you wanted it. Or your children don't do exactly what you thought they should do. Or your siblings get on your last nerve. And you forget about all the greatness. And the experience becomes that thing. Anyone else like that? I've had that experience.